Snap count analysis. What's up, guys? Swift here, covering everything Chicago Bears with daily videos and updates. Today I'm checking in on players' snap counts from yesterday's game and giving some of my initial reactions and thoughts. Let's get right into it. The first thing I wanted to bring up was N'Keal Harry, who I've been in favor of getting more snaps and being more involved in this offense since he returned from the injured reserve. I wasn't a fan of him being inactive, while Equanimeous St. Brown was getting 40-plus snaps a week. Harry was an unfortunate casualty of the Chase Claypool trade. I believe the coaching staff wants to work more big receivers in there, and the reason we traded for Claypool and Harry was because EQ just doesn't have the upside as a receiver that this team is looking for. However, he is the most familiar receiver with this offense, as he came over with Luke Getsy from Green Bay. He's also a very good blocker and has been healthy and practicing all year long. The problem with EQ is he just isn't a great receiver. He has now been directly responsible for 2 of Justin Fields' interceptions this year. He's a 6'5", 230-pound guy who isn't great at getting separation and consistently fails at using his body to create an open catch radius for Justin to throw to. I was never very high on EQ, but I like him. He's a good dude and he works really hard. The thing here is the coaching staff wasn't comfortable yet having all 3 big wide receivers active, EQ, Claypool, and Harry, so Harry caught a couple of inactives once Byron Pringle was healthy, and we traded for Claypool. With Mooney's injury, this opened the door for Harry again. The problem was he only had 5 snaps on the day. 5. Velus Jones Jr. had 12 snaps, Byron Pringle had 20 snaps, EQ St. Brown had 30 snaps, Claypool had 33 snaps, and Dante Pettis had 34. So N'Keal Harry was on the field for 5 plays the entire game and still made a huge impact 50-yard catch. Harry had 1 target on the day and made the most out of it. This is why I've been advocating to get this dude on the field more. Yes, Equanimeous St. Brown actually had his best game of the season, but it took him 13 games to get a 50-yard catch. Meanwhile, N'Keal Harry came in, had 1 target in 5 snaps, and comes down with a 50-yard catch, so I believe that Harry brings something to this offense that EQ simply doesn't. He also uses his body much better to shield defenders from the ball, creating a nice target for quarterbacks. I really want to see Kill brought back to this offense. I think he has a lot of untapped potential, and after he made that big time play for us last week, and we are now officially eliminated from the playoffs, it's time to get N'Keal Harry, Chase Claypool, and Velus Jones Jr. more reps on offense. I believe Equanimeous' 30-plus snaps a game need to go down severely. Yes, he had a good game, but we need to see what N'Keal Harry can do now, period. Next up, another guy got very limited snaps and played very well. Making his season debut was Alex Leatherwood. I have watched all 10 snaps on film and am just waiting for the all 22 to come out so I can break that down for you guys. Leatherwood played 10 snaps at right tackle. Riley Reef was not injured. Coach Eberflus said they planned on rotating Leatherwood in and getting him some snaps. He looked good in limited action, and I expect we should get a chance to see Leatherwood a bit more going forward. It was a development that I really enjoyed seeing. Like most of you, I've been patiently awaiting Leatherwood's debut. It was great to see. On the defensive side of the ball, Elijah Hicks and Jack Sanborn played every single snap. I'm going to be checking out the all-22 footage on Sanborn and Hicks over the bye week. Also, another young Ryan Poles pickup, undrafted free agent Jalen Jones, played every snap on defense except for 1 play when he had to be looked at because he was shaken up on the field. He played great football. I was very impressed by what I saw from JJ number 2 yesterday. I don't want fans to get Jalen Jones mixed up with Jalen Johnson, who's our number 1 corner, so I'm dubbing Jalen Jones the nickname JJ number 2. Our pass rush rotation changed up again. Dominique Robinson had a couple of weeks where he played more snaps than anyone on the defensive line. This week his snaps were scaled back a bit. Al-Quadin Muhammad got 36 snaps, D-Rob got 34, and Trevis Gibson got 33. More interestingly, Taco Charlton saw 23 snaps and had a couple of quarterback pressures. It was good to see Taco out there. Justin Jones led the entire defensive line in snaps at 49, with Armon Watts finishing second with 37. I think Justin Jones and Armon Watts were a little bit underrated. Both are solid players on this defensive line. It's just that neither of them is a game wrecker, and our defensive line is in serious need of one or two game-changing talents, which would then elevate the play of the guys around them, including Justin Jones, Armon Watts, Trevis Gibson, and Dominique Robinson. I still believe defensive line is our biggest need heading into this offseason. The good news is, after yesterday's loss and the wins of a couple other teams, our draft position is looking better and better each week, and we have a legit chance now of locking down a top 5 pick in this draft. And each draft, it really depends on the talent at the top of the draft and whether or not that fits a need. The good news is the top 10 of this year's draft is loaded with defensive line talent, which is our biggest need. It's not just Jalen Carter and Will Anderson Jr. You also have guys like Brian Bresee and Miles Murphy, as well as a few other guys. The defensive line class is pretty loaded. So that's something I'm going to keep an eye on throughout the rest of the season. I'm really interested to see if Alex Leatherwood and N'Keal Harry continue getting more snaps on offense. I am really high on both players and want to see them on the field more. I will throw the snap counts up on the screen again here at the end so you guys can pause, look them over, and tell me if you noticed anything from the snap counts that I didn't mention. Stay tuned. Please hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.
Fields looking for N'Keal Harry. What a catch!
Right here with Equanimous St. Brown. You see how slow he is coming out?